Good afternoon. I am Olga Atamanova. I'm happy to greet you at the Ukrainian Media Center of Ukrinform. It's the 719th day of the full-scale Russian aggressors' invasion of our land. We will be talking about Mykolayiv Oblast today. Vitaly Kim is with us. He's head of the Oblast military administration, and the last week was very complicated for Mykolayiv. We saw constant shelling by the occupiers. Let's talk about the results of this week. What do we have as a result, and what decisions have you arrived at? On the 7th of February, the city was attacked by Ha-22 missile. It hit the residential center of the city. 3 houses were ruined completely, 6 were severely damaged, and almost 70 were damaged. 1 person has died as a result of wounds, and there was also the hit by the drone. However, the fire there was quickly extinguished. On the 8th of February, they attacked downtown Mykolayiv with shaheeds. They ruined a sports object and 1 building object. However, luckily there were no victims. On the 11th of February, there were many drones aimed at infrastructural objects. Most of them were shot down. However, 2 hit the target. 2 people were injured. They are released from the hospital now. And the last attack on the 11th of February was distinguished by the fact that the occupiers have sent 3 or 4 waves of their drones with an interval of 30 to 60 minutes. It was done, to my mind, in order to hit our rescuers who were mitigating the results. They have done this in other populated centers. However, we reacted in an urgent way, and when we saw the next wave of drones, people were already in the shelters. Also, on the 9th of February, the Chornomorska community was hit, and the farm was hit also, where 3 trucks burned. However, there were no human casualties, so we know that, and we see that the enemy is treacherously hitting and shelling the Mykolayiv Oblast. We understand that there's a lot of ruination both in the city of Mykolayiv and in Mykolayiv Oblast. In order for us to understand how many people are now without a decent place to live, they cannot enjoy their property. It is hard to calculate as of now. More than 30 private houses. We will restore 2-storied houses, but for the moment, 1 person has addressed us for getting accommodation, but we are still calculating the damages, and the Commission is defining where we will do repairs, where we'll pay money as a compensation. There was an information in media that as a result of these shellings, an energy delivery system was damaged in Mykolayiv. What is the situation now? Is it working, and how the critical infrastructure works in Mykolayiv Oblast? Yes, they hit the underground gas pipeline. They also hit the electrical the energy line, we have restored their work by the morning, but yes, our energy infrastructure is the aim, target for our enemies. They try to hit it. You said that you are planning to restore some residential houses. As of now, what can we say about the restoration process? We know that there has been some progress, but maybe you can tell us something new. Could you please repeat the question about about restoring residential houses, multi-story houses? As of now, which objects have been restored? Because we know from media that some objects have been restored already, including some bridges. What else has been restored and what's in your plans? Well, I can tell you some figures. I have this paper with me about the we shall have in mind that we are talking about the houses which were not completely ruined. Among them, some were damaged. Something like 600 private houses were restored, 113 medical establishments, 12 administrative buildings, objects of the household services, 1,000 and more, 19 bridges and 13 roads. This is something like 30% of the damaged and ruined objects. However, it is hard to do this, and we are doing what we can. If we talk about the migration in the oblast, what's the dynamics? The dynamics is positive. People are coming back to the oblast and to the city, even because, even in spite of the fact that the shellings and bombings are more frequent now, people do come back because they want to live where their native land is. We have some questions from the audience. Valentina Rengel, Ukrinform. The Department of Capital Building of the Mykolayiv military administration has offered tenders to build defense lines on the territory of the Mykolayiv Oblast. Could you please comment on this? Is it, has it been planned some time ago, or is it your reaction to the challenges of the latest days? Thank you. I can't dwell on this in detail. Look, here's my answer. We will create additional defense objects, let's say objects. We have money for this, which were allocated by the state with this purpose, and this is done to strengthen our defense. We will be doing this. However, this is not an extraordinary reaction. This is a planned task which we will perform this year. We saw the information from the state emergency service, which says that there's a storm warning in Mykolayiv Oblast this day. How are you preparing? You know, I haven't seen this storm warning. It's plus 12 centigrade now. We have good weather now, so I haven't seen this warning. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining us. And thank you for the information that you provided us with. We will be working together thanks to the armed forces. And our next briefing will be at 2:30. We will be talking about the limitation of the movement across Polish-Ukrainian border and about the events which were happening there. We are working for our victory. Glory to Ukraine.